Thank you so much, Shepard Fairey, for joining us today for the United Nations 75th anniversary celebration and the Los Angeles chapter. I know you're based in Los Angeles, and we're also grateful for your art and activism, We the People poster collaboration that you have created, which I've seen at the Women's March. Actually, the first Women's March was the first time I discovered that, and I instantly knew it was you. So you have such a signature and powerful ability to convey your talent in your work. And so I guess my first question for this interview for you is, what inspired you to create the We the People series?
Well, thank you very much. I'm a big believer in what the UN does and is all about. So I'm happy to be part of this. The We the People series was inspired by the scapegoating and division that really was created not exclusively by Trump, but largely fueled by his rhetoric as he was initially running for president, leading up to the 2016 election. Then when he was elected, I was very distraught that was able to happen. I felt that he was somebody that was not not qualified, was not sending the right message, didn't have the right tone, was alienating a lot of people. So I joined with my friend Aaron Huey, who runs the Amplifier Foundation, and we talked about what kind of imagery would be a way of pushing back and saying that, no matter what ethnic background, cultural background, religion, gender someone is, they're equally American, and they should be treated as equally American, treated with equal human dignity. And to say we the people really means all the people, not just straight white males, was important for us to convey. So we teamed up with subjects and photographers who were representative of the groups that Donald Trump had been disparaging. So an African American or Black subject with also a Black photographer. The same thing for the Latina woman and the Muslim woman. And these are all real people who, have lived with their identity in better times and more fraught times. And they all had great stories to tell themselves. Hopefully the art could lead people into taking some interest in who they are, and that also the art could just connect with a basic humanity in every viewer to say, this person isn't other. I will not be part of this division, this xenophobia, this racism, this Islamophobia. I want to see this person as equally American, and maybe the art is a way to lead that conversation forward and bring people into a more inclusive conversation. That was the goal, and people responded to it a lot more than Aaron or I or anyone else that was involved in Amplifier or the subjects themselves or the photographers could have imagined. They were used very widely at the first Women's March and in sort of the anti-inauguration, and have continued to stay out there as symbols of the melting pot of America.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that's the power of art, to initiate dialogue, to have self-reflection, to certainly be a catalyst for a positive social impact. So congratulations. I really see that happening. And of course, being a timeless body of work really speaks to the power of the work. So it's absolutely outstanding. As we consider how it has influenced the culture of America, what is it you hope that a person who sees this work, who may not have viewed Americans in that perspective as being honored and celebrated, what would you hope that your work has an influence on these people?
Well, I'm really hopeful that the idea of the United States as a place that celebrates diversity, but also equality. That we're a richer culture for the many different cultures that combine to make what we are as a nation. And so seeing value in that instead of asking for homogeny is what I hope that series continues to push out there in the world in, both implied ways and very direct ways. A lot of the work that I'm making is about trying to connect with the viewers' humanity, with their emotional side, their empathy, their compassion, and draw them into a conversation about things that they may not have considered, or that they've considered in a very negative way. But I can present, hopefully, an alternative narrative that um, brings people together and has them not see each other as different or other, but see commonality. And this is a philosophy that, from Gandhi to Martin Luther King to the Dalai Lama, is kind of a cornerstone of the idea of peace and harmony. And that's what I want to push to across in my work, that a lot of these differences are superficial when we should be looking at substance. And I'm all for people having their cultural identity they're proud of, but that to be used as something that is it gives them unique individual character, but doesn't make them a target for being different.
Exactly. And I think your art actually gives us an opportunity to identify with ourselves within the artwork as well, as we maybe recognize someone that may have been our neighbor that suddenly is cast in this more positive light. And it will hopefully lead itself to people being more open minded, and in including the members of their community as part of the fabric of their own identity.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. That's what I hope for. I love living in Los Angeles, where it's incredibly diverse. I feel like I've benefited from that in so many different ways. My eyes are open, and I'm happier. So I just hope that other people can find the value in that as well.
Excellent. Well, with that, I am so grateful that you joined us today for this celebration, as we are celebrating immigration, refugee, and humanitarian, and the art and activism for the artists that are local. And certainly, you are a rock star. So thank you so much. And I'm so grateful, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for including me in this.